Hello, good morning, guys. So today's video is probably the hardest one I've recorded on this route to 300K series. And I need to be honest with you, I lost one of my challenge account this week. And strangely, I'm glad I'm talking about this now. Because if it went the other way, if I passed the challenge in 1 week, I would have been here celebrating but this is a real journey. We have to post the losses as well as the wins. So my biggest mistake was simple. I risked 2% on one trade I did, then took another 2% on the same day. That single decision put me down 4% in 1 day, and that's not professional risk management. So let me just dive right into the trades so that you can see the mistakes we have made this week. So this was my first trade of the week, and I have posted this trade on my uh, TikTok and Telegram as well. So this was just simple uh, market structure. As you can see, we have this gap coming into this week. So during Asian session, market came to fill this gap. And during late London session, we have liquidity graph. So as soon as I saw this liquidity graph, all I wanted was a little more confirmation. And then I see this inverse fair value gap. As soon as the candle closed, I execute and I aim for this buy side liquidity right here. So I took this trade on GU as well. So the market ended up giving me 2% on EU, 2% on GU. But unfortunately, I only execute this trade on a 15K challenge account and I made over $300. And also on my personal account, which I made over $60. Unfortunately, I did not take this trade on my 50K challenge. That's was what I'm trying to say. So this was my first trade on the 50K challenge, and this was an emotional trade because as you can see clearly, this was the initial setup. It was early in session. I executed this trade, and my stop loss was almost 18 pips, and I was targeting just 1 to 2 ratio. But what happened was I executed this trade on GU as well, not just USD. And the EU setup taps my SL. But as soon as that one tapped my SL, I just manually closed the setup. But if you see here, this trade did not fully tap my SL, but I closed it. So it was an emotional decision. So after I had this, 2% loss on this single trade I did, I went on and just tried shorting the markets, purely emotional, and I paid the price of it because this trade was a loss as well. So immediately after this, I came from a 4% losing day. So I was emotional already. And this was the next trading day, which was Wednesday, 28th January. So, and you can see the market structure we are on a very strong, very strong. We have impulsive move, retracement, impulsive move, retracement, impulsive move. We break structure here during New York session. So instead of me to take the trade on this fair value gap right here, so I was emotional. I have to be cautious. I just lost 4%, so I trade for another confirmation candle. So I shot the market on this candle here. I put my SL just above the fair value gap, and I was targeting 1 to 2 is the ratio. Unfortunately, price did not hit my TP. Rather, it came back and stopped me out. I think post New York session. So I'm down like 6% here. So this was the final blow. This was the final blow. This was my last trade of the week. And as you can see here, it was another liquidity graph during Asian session, change of character during London session, retracement, and we have this impulsive break of structure during New York session. So what I did was I set my uh, sell limit here uh, at this breaker block, and my stop loss was just above this candle. But unfortunately, market have to come and stop me before going in the direction I predicted. So if you see all these trades, they are just, most of them are emotional losses, and I know I am, at least I'm a little better than this. So we'll have to, so I have to be better. I have to be better. What makes it more painful is that earlier, as you can see earlier this week, I made 4% on the same setup, and I shared it both on my Telegram and TikTok. So there's another mistake, which is not treating all these accounts with the same discipline. So here is what's going to change from now on. I'll take max 1% risks per trade either. No more than one, two trades per day. And once I'm up on the week, I will protect my equity, not chase more profits. So with all this being said, the road to 300K is not over. This is just the hardest part, admitting failure, learning, and adjusting. In the next video, I'll break down my comeback plan and how I'm planning to move forward with more structure and less emotion. So if you are on this journey too, stay with me. We are just getting started, and I'll see you in the next video.